Rediscovering Gita for the Modern World by Shrikant Soman. Based on essays on Gita by Sri Aurobindo. Chapter 14 continued. The gist of the Karmayoga. Continued from the previous episode 88. From foundation to full knowledge, the Gita's a spiritual path. Current episode 89. The Gita's radical path to a higher consciousness. Beyond the mind, the Gita's solution to human conflict. From mental struggle to spiritual liberation. Key takeaways. The Gita's solution is transcendence. The Gita's answer to life's conflicts is not a mental or ethical compromise but a complete transformation of consciousness. The solution is to rise above the normal mind, where personal desires and dualities exist. Modern solutions are temporary. Modern ethical and intellectual approaches to problems are only temporary because they operate from within the limited dualistic human mind. They can only offer choices or compromises, not a complete resolution. Surrender to the divine will. True liberation comes when one's outer nature becomes a passive instrument for the divine will. The individual ceases to be the doer, and instead allows the universal divine spirit to work through them, thus shedding all notions of personal sin or virtue. The goal is to become spirit. The ultimate objective is to move from a mental existence to a spiritual one. This process, known as yoga, aims to help a person embody spiritual experience until they are no longer defined by their mind, but by their divine being. The only true solution, the Gita's approach is presented as the only genuine solution because it addresses the root of the problem, our ignorance-based consciousness. It goes beyond temporary fixes to align a person with their true divine nature. The Gita's solution to Arjuna's problem is to rise above the normal mind. It is to enter a higher consciousness. In this state, personal desires and emotions no longer rule. The mind's dualities disappear. Our actions are no longer our own, so the idea of personal sin is gone. The divine spirit works through us. We are transformed into a being of that divine. Our outer nature becomes an instrument for divine works. Our will becomes the will of the Master. This is the only true solution. It goes back to the real truth of our being. The problem in a modern context. The problem facing Arjuna could have been solved with a modern approach. It could have been dealt with ethically or intellectually. We might see it as a conflict between personal conscience and social duty, or as a choice between soul force and physical struggle. All these solutions are based on the normal human mind. They are emotional, intellectual, or temperamental. They offer only a temporary answer. This is because they come from a mind that is full of different tendencies. It can only make a choice or a compromise. The Gita recognizes this. It offers Arjuna a traditional temporary solution. But he is not ready to accept it. The Gita then proceeds to a completely different answer. The Gita's solution. The Gita's solution is to rise above our natural being. This means to move beyond our ethical and intellectual worries. We must enter a different consciousness. In this sixth state, personal desires and emotions are gone. The dualities of right and wrong disappear. Our actions are no longer our own. We no longer feel personal virtue or sin. The universal divine spirit works through us. We become part of that divine being. We become a part of its consciousness, power and bliss. We no longer live in our lower nature. We have no personal goals. We only do divine works. Our outer nature becomes a passive instrument. The motive for our actions comes from the master of our works. This is the highest solution. It helps us live according to our true nature. Our current mind is a product of our ignorance. Everything attached to it is valid only for the works of ignorance. We cannot know this higher truth with our normal minds. We can only know it by living it. This means moving from a mental to a spiritual experience. This process is called yoga. The goal of yoga is to live out spiritual experience. We do this until we stop being mind and become spirit. Then we are free from our present imperfections. We can live entirely in our divine being.